right now. We go to the Northeast and we talk to Hawk on the Fanatic. Hey, Hawk.
The day of redemption is at hand!
Repent, and thou shalt be saved.
What's going on, everyone? I'm Hawk, and I'm back with another video. Again, welcome everyone to my brand new podcast. You're welcome to hit that notification button after you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you leave a dislike, at least leave a comment so that we can, bust it up, or, I can hear what your opinion is. Maybe you should have a podcast also, and, you can help me better understand some things. But diving right into, what's at hand right now going into this game against Buffalo. There are some serious accusations coming out about Carson Wentz, about Alshon Jeffrey, about Carson Wentz's play, and I want to tackle that. I want to make sure that we take the guesswork out of it, okay? That's our job, is to diagnose it, look at it, and we want to make sure that we actually put it under the microscope, okay? Let's say right off the bat, that receiver room is no good. It needs to be broken up. There's a disconnect, a fracture between your receiver room and Carson Wentz. I don't know, you don't have to have played in the NFL, but if you played in college and you know what a receiver room is, with the position groups, that receiver room, there's definitely a click in there and there's a problem. The reason, the ways that we know that there's a click, one, because you have a rookie, a second-round draft pick in J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, who is left to the wolves and drowning, okay? He's a player, he can play. He's a baller. He balled at Stanford. That's not some run-of-the-mill just school just a guy goes to. Anytime a guy like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside has lost his position and lost his time to a guy like Mack Hollins, who's disinterested in playing receiver, you know that there's some bull crap coming out of that receiving room, okay? That's just first off, because Mack Hollins is not a ball player. He doesn't even want to play receiver. Mack Hollins rather stop by a schoolyard and play kill the man with some kids. He wants to play free ball, okay? That's the first sign, okay? The second thing, we go back to the beginning of the year when we know that there's a problem with Carson because it came out last year, okay? This chick, Josina Anderson, she just came back. She said something else, okay? Now, how we know that the problem carried over from last year because Carson Wentz got a new receiver. So we know that with the new receiver, Deshaun Jackson, everybody hyping up Deshaun Jackson, okay? So once they're hyping up Deshaun Jackson, Carson Wentz has a big day to Deshaun. Have a big day to Deshaun. And what happened? Nelson Aguilar complained, I was open. So you know right there's a problem with Carson. So now we move forward. Look at what Nelson Aguilar did this past week when he gave up on the play. Somebody told Nelson Aguilar in his ear, you know some people who know just enough to give you some bad information or some bad advice. Somebody told Nelson Aguilar, stop touching it. If the ball is thrown bad, don't fight for it. Just let it go. Because if it touches your hands, then they're going to blame you for it. Then let Carson look bad and let the ball bounce wherever it is. Don't reach for it. And this dude, this jackass, but this jackass let the ball bounce right near his foot because he wanted to do it. He was overzealous about it. And he picked the wrong time. Then he went to that fake-ass animation like he gave it all up at the end of the play. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Like, I understand. I like Nelson Aguilar, and a lot of people, I took up for him for years. And a lot of people said they don't like him. Nelson Aguilar is scatterbrained. And I defended him. I said, Nelson is already good. He's supposed to be like Jeremy Maclin. Remember they had the same measurables? But the reality is this. Nelson Aguilar, one, has bad body language. He runs his routes like a bratty kid making their way through a puddle. He stamps his feet like he's doing some type of Indian rain dance. So we get to it. There's problems that he has, but he's not going to look at himself because he likes to run option routes. He likes to play free ball, in which with a guy like Nick Foles, you run a lot of option routes. Carson wants you to run the route that you're supposed to run with precision. Whereas with Nick Foles in RPOs, your route is an option. Like, let's say if the safety comes near you, you break your route off. Or if you have a outside release and there's coverage there, you stop and you let the quarterback know. You sit down in the window and let the quarterback know I'm done on this route, and then it goes to somebody else. They like running that. Carson's like, no, precision. I need you to chop, ha ha, get off of the run, like get off of the jam, get into your route, catch the ball with your hands. See, it gets tighter when you got to play like that. But rather than kind of running around and running broken plays, because I'm going to tell you flat out, anytime Alshon Jeffrey gets 30 to 40 to 50 yards up the field, that's him working up the field. You don't run no 40-yard pass route to Alshon Jeffrey. He can't run. He works to that. That's an option route. The progression broke down, and whoever it was conceded the route, and then you turn your progression and you look to that side. That's what Carson does. That's why these dudes in that receiver room has a problem with Carson Wentz. This 50-50 ball, Alshon don't want to really run no routes. He wants to just go by a guy and turn around and go up and jump and catch the ball. Carson's trying to play football. Now, I do understand that Carson needs to check down. And this lie is so bad that our fan base is so broken and fractured and against each other. And turning this fan base into a dumpster fire that you got Cowboys fans and people talking about we're in shambles. But it's so bad you got guys making up stuff that's not true. Like saying that Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are doing it with the guys that without guys like Deshaun Jackson to stretch the field. Use a damn lie. Excuse my expression. You're a damn lie. Because one, Tom Brady has a receiver. His name is Philip Dorsett, and he runs a 4.33. Okay? Go look and see what Deshaun Jackson ran at the combine. Well, Philip Dorsett ran a 4.33. Okay? And Aaron Rodgers has a receiver. And I'm going to let you go figure out which receiver it is. He has two last names. I'll give you a hint. He ran a 4.37. And if you run a 4.3 in a combine, then when in your pro day coming out of college, with the finger, you're going to run about a 4.2. That translates to a 4.2. So I'm simply saying that this fan base is tattered. We're being told a lot of bad information. Now, Alshon Jeffrey, again, he's letting the rookie drown. If he has a problem with Carson and he's more concerned about his take with Carson talking to this chick Josina Anderson, let's just say, your rookie is drowning. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside can play. I mean, we seen him in the preseason. He, went for 100 yards. I get it that Josh McCown was the quarterback and everything, but he's a player. He was poised to do great things. But that lets you know that Alshon, if in the receiver room, the best receiver is usually the guy who has the best relationship with the quarterback. And he's the one that looks the quarterback in the eye. And if the quarterback is favoring one dude, he'll look at the quarterback and say, yo, stop favoring Zach Ertz. Yo, look, I was open, or pass it to my man, he was open. So any beef that the wide receivers have towards the quarterback, they tell the big dog. They tell the big dog in the room, and the big dog go talk to the quarterback. And then the quarterback, he smooths over everything for the other receivers. That's what Alshon Jeffrey's supposed to do. But if Alshon Jeffrey has a problem with Carson Wentz, then we should flat out know that there's a problem. There is definitely a problem. And that receiver room needs to be broken up. Okay? So I'm just simply saying that they need to at least put J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in the slot. I think Nelson Aguilar has played his way out of Philadelphia. I'm sure that Howie Roseman is about to give Nelson Aguilar away for about a 5th or 6th round pick to some team, for a Gatorade bucket and a foam finger, a bag of steamed peanuts. But he's going to try to get this dude out of that locker room. But you have to, because Carson Wentz is the boo-boo and these dudes are just the stains. And I understand they won a Super Bowl, but you can't get rid of Alshon. He's guaranteed $20 million. His cap hit next year is $20 million. You rework this deal. Nelson Aguilar is a free bird. So they Howie just dangling him out there. And I want to touch on it real quick, okay? This whole thing with the real problem with this offense The problem, again, is cohesion. You need, in today's NFL, a dual threat at running back. We tried to get that when they drafted Miles Sanders. You have to be able to run the football, and when they start to press down and key on a run and start to run blitz, go with a screen. Stretch the field. You have to be able to go tempo. It's like this. The run and the pass has to be intertwined. It has to be cohesive. This is what Donovan McNabb had with Brian Westbrook. This is why, again, I keep saying to get a dude like a Melvin Gordon, okay? It's like a pitcher. It's like if a pitcher is throwing his fastball, he takes one stance, and then he throws his fastball. Then when he gets ready to throw his slider, he changes his stance up, and then he throws it from another stance. How much success do you think that pitcher's going to have against batters? They're going to knock it out the park. They're going to be waiting for it when it comes. It's going to look like he just can't get it over the plate. So this is what's happening because you got one running back. They're able to load up against the run, and then they're able to load up against the pass. So these are the problems, or this is the problem that you're having with this Philadelphia Eagles team. So something has to give. Howie's going to have to make a move, and it's not the effort. It's not the receivers, I would say, not to say that they can't play, but this is where the drops are coming from. Because I was told that when you have to run in transition and you get vertical, that's where your drops come from. But this is why this team leads in drops, because they want to go kind of play like option football, some of them. Carson's looking for precision. Can he check down some more? Yeah. Can he be more accurate? Sure. But it's hard for him to build up some confidence. And like I said, I'm not a Carson Wentz apologist. I'm just giving you what I see. But anyway, I'm Hawk. And please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, the notification. And if you hit the dislike button, make sure you leave a comment so that we can at least have some type of dialogue. Maybe you should have your own podcast and, we can work together. But we're here now. But anyway, I'm Hawk. And until next time, I see you all at game time.
I love you, man.
It's a great call.
I love the Hawk. I love the Hawk. That's a great call.